Alright, so how do you break into finance the non-traditional way? Alright, I'll be honest, there's no right way to break into finance. There is the most common route, which is, you go to university, you do a spring week, you do an internship, and then you convert that internship into a graduate scheme offer. You graduate and then you join an investment bank. And that's typically the route that most people take to break into finance. However, there's millions of people who aren't as fortunate enough to pursue that route, and that might be you watching this video. So today we're going to talk about the different routes that you can take. There's like 4 or 5. There's so many, but I'm going to talk about 4 or 5 that you can take to get into an investment bank, because right now you might be on this path, and so we're going to help you divert into this path to get you into an investment bank. So the first one is an obvious one. If you can't get an internship or a spring week or a graduate scheme at an investment bank or in a finance role, you might want to consider, starting your career in strategy consulting or traditional consulting or accounting. And the reason for that is strategy consulting companies like Bain, McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, so on and so forth. You've got consulting firms or professional service firms like PwC, EY, KPMG, Deloitte. You've got accounting firms which are also PwC, Deloitte, and then Mazars and a few others, right? So if you go into strategy consulting or accounting, after a few years of experience, you can apply and break into an investment bank. And the reason for that is these industries have 2 key things going for them that help you break into the world of finance. The first of which is strategy consulting, accounting. Part of the nature of the work is similar to what you might expect to do at an investment bank. But it's not identical. But for example, in consulting, there's M&A consulting. There's M&A advisory at EY, for example. There's strategy consulting. You're doing a lot of similar things like pitching. You're doing a lot of strategy work. In accounting, you literally know how to read the financial statements and understand what's going on a company. In investment banking, you're looking at the intricate details of a company's financial statements, and so accounting is useful to break in. So there's all these similarities in the work that will help you break into finance. But secondly, these types of careers have a lot of transferable skills that will well equip you for a career in the world of finance, and so that's also useful. So the first alternative path into finance is to go into a career in consulting or accounting and then move over a few years down the line. All right, now let's say you don't want to go to uni, or you've gone to uni and then you still want to break in, but you haven't got any strong work experience or internships or anything like that. You can consider an alternative career focused program that will help you break into finance. One example is the Fast Futures, they're also sponsoring this video, 6-week online program. So what is it? It's basically a 6-week supercharged program that requires around 16 to 20 hours of commitment from you each week, and it has learning through classes, online courses, quizzes, and forums. It includes 5 key modules, so marketing, finance, digital and data, working in teams, and adapt and innovate. So throughout the 6-week program, you're going to be delving deeply into each of these and then learning about how best to apply them into the world of work. You get one-to-one mentoring from their employer partners, i.e. industry experts, and at the end of the program, you get access to unique opportunities or exclusive opportunities at their partner companies. Additionally, you can get CV help and interview help from your mentors. The deadline for applications for the Fast Futures 6-week program is the 8th of July 2022, and the program is officially going to start on the 18th of July 2022. If you're interested in finding out more, or if you want to apply, hit the link in the video description down below. Now let's get on to the third alternative route that can help you break into finance. So we've talked about consulting and accounting careers and then making the move. We've talked about the Fast Futures 6-week online program that will train you and hook you up with a role at a partner company. The third route is, you know this route, but it's oftentimes not considered among a lot of students. Additional qualifications, so the CFA, for example, or doing a master's degree in, finance specifically, whether it's private equity, investment banking, asset management, whichever specific area of finance you want to go into, so masters, or doing an MBA. Now, doing an MBA, doing a master's, or doing the CFA are all helpful because it shows you on your CV, it shows, you are specifically interested in a specific segment of a given industry, in this case finance. And so if you can do any of those, it definitely boosts your chances of breaking into finance, even if the rest of your CV is irrelevant, or even if you've not had spring weeks, internships, or prior experience, it does help you stand out compared to a candidate who hasn't done a CFA or done a specific master's at a top university or done an MBA. So that's the third alternative route worth considering. And then I don't want all of these just to focus on those of you who have gone to university, because nowadays more and more of you don't want to go to university. It's a lot more expensive. The pros and cons just aren't in your favor, and so you are opting for not going to uni. So if you don't want to go to uni, how can you break into finance? Easy. There's tons of apprenticeships that you could do. Big firms, big investment banks are doing them. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse, and a few other banks are doing apprenticeships. An apprenticeship in the UK typically is for, 16-year-olds plus who don't want to go to university. And so they can enroll right onto this apprenticeship program. They get a university degree on the side, but they're working at the investment bank full time in typically a back office or a middle or front office role, with the prospect of being able to be full-time employed in the front office after 4 or 5 years. So that's the fourth option or alternative route to break into finance through an alternative route, rather than just doing the typical 3-year degree, internship, blah, 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 blah. If you're watching this and you got into finance through an alternative route that I didn't mention in this video, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to find out and hear what routes people took to get to where they are today. If you made it to the end, thanks for watching. Smash the like button and I will see you in the next video. Peace.